Do you ever open your closet and think, why did I buy that? I definitely have, a lot. But not since shopping with Quince. I see fewer misses and a lot more hits that I'll be wearing season after season. Quince has all the seasonal must-haves, like 100% European linen shirts from $30, performance polos, and versatile activewear. The best part of all, Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of all the middlemen and passes the savings on to us. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. I really like that. I just got 2 shirts. I ordered a third. It's coming in a week. I got 2 shirts. I just got them a couple days ago. The quality is unmatchable. I love them. They feel great. They fit great. That's why you got to shop at Quince. Fill your closet with timeless pieces that you'll be wearing for summers to come with Quince. Go to quince.com/Bubba for free shipping on your order and a 365-day return policy. That's QUINCE.com/Bubba to get free shipping on your order. And again, the 365-day return policy. Quince.com/Bubba.
I don't even know if we got to let this build today. It's going to be a good one.
Oh, I think it is.
We're jam-packed with crap. It's the Loner and Stoner Show. I'm your host. I am the Stoner, and I am indeed stoned.
And I'm alone.
Well, then, we fit it.
Sounds so pathetic.
Why?
Well, I mean, you get to be the stoner, which is cool, and I'm just the loner over here stuck in Volusia County.
But it's true. Like, to go, not to rub it in your face even more, but to go back a couple of weeks, you're like, just come over to my house. I think it was the 4th of July weekend. You're like, come over to my house. I'm like, Pat, I want to, I do. And then the weather screwed me on the bike. Because I'm going to be honest with you, like, your house is my getaway on the bike, right?
Yeah.
And I got screwed for that. And then you saw how the weekend turned out because you ended up coming over here. And it was literally one thing after another thing after another thing after another thing. It's hard for me to break away. I'll be honest.
But does it show you how much of a loner that I am, that you were supposed to come over here and then you didn't, and then like the bitch I am, I drove across the state, and it worked out for the best. It really, really did. But man.
But yeah, I get it. You were a loner. You were able to just drop what you were doing and head on over and drive across the state.
Yeah, I was, like I've become a bitch to my cat, though. And I know cats can actually like fend for themselves and they don't need a lot of attention. But, I read this article where like 99% of a cat's memory is their owner. So, like, what do they do with that 1%? Are they
chase lizards?
Well, we have been getting some lizards inside the house. Have you ever run into a lizard that got in the house and then you find him and he's all dried up and shriveled?
That happened to me yesterday. I picked it up by hand. It wasn't in the house though. So we have a fan in the garage, right? And it's one of those fans where it used to have 3 settings. Well, 4 settings if you include off, correct?
Yep.
Well, it doesn't have that anymore. It just, you plug it into the outlet and boom, it goes on, right? Well, so the knobs where the high, medium, low, whatever settings are, that knob's completely ripped off. I found a dead lizard sitting inside like that shell of the knob, if you will.
And he was all dehydrated and stuff, right?
Oh, shriveled up, dehydrated. It doesn't even look like a lizard half the time. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Before we get too deep, like I said, we have a bunch of shit, which is cool. Shout out to my parents. It's their anniversary today. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. I don't know what number. Does that make me a bad son?
No, it really, really does not. It took me until about 30 because I was horrible about remembering things like birthdays, anniversaries. And my parents, and I didn't start recognizing or knowing how many years that they had going until I got about 32. And then I started putting it in my calendar.
Okay, that's what I need to do because I I look at it like this. That's their love, right?
Mhm.
So it's not really my love. Now,
Well,
granted, if it wasn't for their love, I wouldn't
yeah,
be here. I
exactly.
get that. I do get that. So that's like the counterpoint to the point. It's like, dumbass, you should probably know that date because if not for them, then you wouldn't be here. But like, I know my mom's birthday. I know my dad's birthday. I just don't know. I know their age. It's not like I just know the day. I know the age. I know it all, but I do not know their anniversary date.
At what year did you start remembering birthdays? Because I know like I didn't remember until my dad told me my mom's birthday or my mom told me my dad's birthday was coming up.
So I probably started remembering in late middle school, early high school is when I started like remember. Now that's not. I'm not saying the birth year. I'm just saying I remembered. Oh, the 8th of January, my mother's birthday. Oh, September 11th, my father's birthday. Yes,
And
you
that's
heard
a
that right.
rough
September
birthday.
11th.
That's a rough birthday.
Yeah, but I try to look at the positive side of it, which I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying the positive side of that, which is my father's birthday came before the 9/11
Of
terrorist attack.
of course, but I mean that's just bad luck.
Yeah, that's shitty. That is shitty.
Do you know? Well, you would have. How old would you have been during 9/11 when it actually happened?
9/11. So I was born in 1994.
Ooh, so you were like 6 or 7
No. 94. Oh yeah,
to
sorry.
2001.
Yeah, 7. So as far as people saying like I remember exactly where I was when that happened,
You know.
I do not. No. I mean I know where I was, just by backtracking into my life, but I am not where I'm the person that can say, well, I know exactly where I was sitting and blah 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 blah. No, not the case for me.
Yeah,
Now, 20 years from now, will they be able to say, do you know where you were when Trump got shot? And I'll be able to say, oh, yeah, I was at this big, old, hairy, grape ape looking motherfucker's birthday named Lummox.
Wait, were you already at the party when it happened, or
What
like
time did the shots get fired?
six? It was like 6:15, in between 6:15, 6:30.
So then I would have been on the way. So, but I did not receive the news. Actually, you broke the news to me.
Yeah, no,
I just didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. Come to think about it. You
yeah.
shot me a text message. What did your text message say to me? I'm talking about originally. It was like 6:17 or 6:19. Like you sent it to me right away, I think.
Hold on, I'm looking
Probably
right
trying to pull
now.
the timestamp. Yeah, because you broke the news, but I forgot to respond. Like I looked at it, I was driving down to Ybor for Lummy's birthday party. I see this text message comes through from you, from Patrick Tuttle Fowler, and it says,
Hold on, I'm looking right now just to.
for sure I treaded enough water there.
I know. Oh man.
But I was
Oh.
down there when I get that. So then when I really found out the news,
Oh,
like for
I
real,
said-
found out the news.
I wrote immediately. I said Trump got shot.
And that was what time?
6:37.
Okay. So I saw that probably just about I was parking, trying to park, I should say. Ybor, fuck you. There's no more free parking. You used to have free parking on the brick roads. You no longer have free parking anywhere in your city, jurisdiction, town, whatever the fuck you want to call Ybor. Fuck you, dude. $20 to fucking park. Fuck you, Ybor. That's what I gotta say.
Downtown Orlando is getting pretty bad. It's
Is there any free parking?
all the public garages. Like you got to be out by like 1 a.m. and then they start towing people, like, because there was a big. Well, Ybor had a mass shooting as well too.
Yeah, it was live streamed.
And Orlando had one probably about 6 months before that. And they're doing everything in their power to like kind of cut down on the amount of bars and stuff that are in downtown Orlando. And I think it's kind of bullshit because Orlando, you have the touristy areas of Orlando, which get people no matter what. For longest time, Orlando was dead. Downtown Orlando, like in the 90s, used to be the place you wanted to be. Like 2000 to 2010, they shut it all down. Like, and now it's finally coming back. And I don't know why these big areas do this to her business.
I don't get it either. Well, I mean, I get the reason. They're trying to keep the riffraff out, and they're thinking by 1 a.m. the riffraff needs to be gone. I kind of get it, but I don't like it, is what I'm trying to say. So shout out to my parents. It's their anniversary. I don't know how many. Pat, do you know how many years?
Yes, I do, because I texted them after you told me, just to kind of, say, and I do have your parents' birthdays in my calendar to remind me day of. So, like, I'm good at texting that, and I just put their anniversary in the phone so I could remember. But if you had to guess, because I did ask them how many years, if you had to guess, how many years do you think? Now, you could probably guess just by how old you are.
I'm guessing like 34.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty close.
What is it?
36.
Damn. So my parents were married, let's see, 6 years before even having me.
Yep.
Wow. Good for them.
At least you weren't the cause of a shotgun wedding or anything.
True. Very, very true. Well, shout out to Mr. and Mr. Colton. 36 years. Congrats. Y'all enjoy your dinner. I think you're using a gift card that we got you. I think everybody chipped in. I think you chipped on a gift card with me, didn't you?
Yeah, yes, I did.
And so they're using that gift card.
And you want also this, because you always get up so late when I stay at your house on the next day, and I usually watch the Today Show with Willie Geist on NBC with your pops. And they always do these pictures because and it's a great gimmick where they post your pictures if you pose like out on your vacation or cool spots, holding one of their Today Show mugs. And I just got it in yesterday because I ordered your mom and dad Today Show mugs, because they're always going out and going on vacation, going to like really, really cool spots. And your dad thought it was cool about Willie Geist and the Today Show mugs. I bought them 2 Today Show mugs because they always go. I think they're going on a vacation here soon to the United Kingdom.
Yes, and they leave tomorrow for a little staycation here in the beaches of Tampa Bay area.
Damn,
almost counted, but you know what I mean.
I need to get those mugs to him.
How much is that? Might I ask?
You're gonna be mad at me when the mugs. I ordered 2 of them, $22.50 a piece.
$50 in mugs.
Yeah, but I mean, your dad and mom and dad really thought it was cool because it was a bunch of couples holding the mugs, like hot air ballooning across the Serengeti in Africa.
No, it is a cool gimmick, and it's cool to be featured on the news. And I hope you and my father can get featured one day when you wake up early and I'm still in bed. For real. So this week's been hectic, right? Obviously, the Trump stuff has gone down this week. We had Copa America this week. It's just been a very hectic week. The home run derby is going on. We've had some drama there. So a lot of stuff has gone on. I'll start with the Trump stuff. You sent me a video here, Tuttle, or a news story, I should say.
Yeah.
Of some Trump. What exactly is this? Can you set me up?
Yeah. So, like with anything historical, people like collecting newspapers or keeping news clips or whatever it may be. The people that were actually there, I guess, are selling Trump assassination memorabilia on like eBay and stuff.
Okay. So it says here a parking pass from the Donald Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where the former president was shot, has sold for hundreds of dollars on eBay. The green special guest parking pass. So literally, it's just a parking pass that you would display, and it says it on the parking pass. Please print this pass and keep it visible on your dashboard at all times during the event. That's all it is. It's a standard parking pass that you throw up on your dashboard. And it says here, the green special guest parking pass reeled in $385.
Wow.
On Monday, 31 bidders. $385 for a fucking parking pass. It wasn't like you have a piece of Donald Trump's suit that he was wearing that he got shot in, or you have the bullet that got lodged wherever the fuck it ended up. You have a parking pass just from that day. Has nothing to do or no evidence on it. Nothing. It's just a fucking parking pass. It's a piece of paper that's green.
Parking pass is $300. What if you were able to like pull out or dislodge the bullet that struck his
Or took a
ear
piece
that
of
was
his
in a
ear.
piece of wood.
We still don't know how much of his ear fell off, do we?
Oh,
Or
dude,
if any?
piece of Trump's ear would be like,
You're talking $1 million, right?
yes.
Is that $1 million?
Yes.
Is a piece of Trump's ear worth $1 million?
Oh, yes, all day. And look, we're not making light of this situation, but it's just kind of crazy how, you know, memorabilia. You want to know something that I do? I keep I go to a lot of movies, and I know they're never going to be worth anything. I keep all my movie tickets.
Is that still a thing? I thought it was all done through an app or virtual now.
Well, I use the app because I'm a part of the A-list thing. I get 3 free movies a week. But they always print you out a ticket to be able to hold on to, like, if they come into the theater to check ticket. I don't know. I've never seen anybody.
You just print that out every time then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And save it in your little scrapbook?
Yeah. I know. I've been doing it since about 99.
How many do you think you have?
400.
Oh, 4. What the fuck? What do you mean 4?
400.
400?
Yeah.
Okay. And in your what do you think is the most prized one? Is there a movie that really hit it big? Like you know what? I always get referenced, and I don't know it, Pat. I'll be quite honest with you, or Mr. there, Loner. People reference this Pulp Fiction movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But apparently it was a big fucking movie, right? Like everybody loved it and blah, 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 blah. I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. I don't even know when it came out. I know nothing about it.
Have you ever seen a Quentin Tarantino movie at all?
I don't think so.
Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, Jackie Brown, Reservoir Dogs, Inglourious Bastard.
No.
Yeah, I mean, Pulp Fiction was probably one of
1994 Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, you weren't even born
Was
yet.
there like a sex scene or something in it that everybody like talks about or something? Or a boob shot or a bad shot or something like that?
No, that's Basic Instinct with, I forget the actress's name, but she is not wearing any underwear, and she's getting interrogated because she kills all the men that she dates. Yeah, Sharon Stone. So
I typed in Basic Instincts, and the first 4 photos that pop up are her sitting in an interrogation chair, cross legs, heels on, short little dress. It's definitely calling my name. I'm not gonna lie,
dude.
I will not lie about that.
So it's a bunch of fat old detectives smoking cigarettes in the interrogation room.
Like cells type of thing.
Yeah,
she knows how to get out of it with sex. Yeah.
And she's already killed like 2 guys she was dating with an ice pick.
She's already what? I'm sorry.
She's already killed 2 guys she was dating with an ice pick. Like she's on top riding the dude, and she has an ice pick down at the guy's feet. So she's riding, she's leaning back. She grabs the ice pick when she comes back up. Stabs.
Does she let him come first?
I think in one of them, like the guy is definitely nutting.
Okay, I mean if you're gonna die, if you're gonna be killed by a chick, is it not best to do it right after she got you off?
Oh well, I mean the rush from the adrenaline. I mean,
it's like she might kill me here as soon as I fucking.
Well, I mean it's kind of like the whole thing with the autoerotic asphyxiation type deal.
Yeah,
right on the death.
Isn't edging a form of this in a way?
Yeah. I mean,
like kind of, right? Like you're teasing yourself, you're edging yourself, like you're making that so much better. Is it kind of, right?
Yeah, I've been doing. I told you that I ended up getting a penis pump.
Okay, hold the phone. I was about to dive into Copa America, but we're hitting the brakes on that motherfucker. Okay, a penis pump for what? We just talked about, if you remember the start of the show here about 17 minutes ago, we spoke about how you're alone and have nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So the point of this penis pump is for...
Okay, well, I came across this article, and it was a joking, an edging, and a penis pump routine.
What's the first thing you said?
Joking. So it's basically you're
a pocket pussy?
Well, no, you're basically kind of like tying off the blood flow at the base of your penis.
Like a cock ring?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, pretty much so. and then you're edging with that, okay?
Okay.
And then you're, using the penis pump on the back end.
To get even more engorged and
Yeah. So you start off.
So what if this?
You start off on a 3-minute routine to get started of the jelking.
Are you fucking with me?
No. I've seen some pretty good results.
If you're not fucking with me, you can continue. But if you're just fucking trying to rib me here, I don't want to hear it.
No,
you're being for real.
No, I'm being for real. It comes in 4 stages. 4 stages.
All right, give it to me. I'm ready. I'm listening. If you're being for real, I'm listening. Go ahead.
So it goes in. So it's 4 minutes to begin with. 4 minutes of joking, 4 minutes of edging, 4 minutes of the pump. Okay?
All right. So I got my 12 minutes down.
Yeah. You rest, okay, for about 5 minutes. You let everything go down, and then you bump it up to 8. You bump it up to 8 minutes of joking.
So 8 minutes of that, 8 minutes of this, 8 minutes of that. All right, so now I'm 24 minutes in, okay?
Yeah, and then
plus my 12.
Yeah,
that's 36 plus my 5 minutes of downtime. So I'm 41 minutes in now, okay? Where you now what I got to do? I'm 41 minutes into this fucking jack off session. All right? What's next?
So we've gone 4, 8, and then you go to 12. 12 minutes.
Are you fucking with me?
No. Do you want to hear it or not? Because
I'm listening. I'm just getting my calculator out because it's so fucking much here.
It's a lot of time.
I gotta do another set I gotta do 3 more sets of 12, you're telling me. Is that right?
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna add my 36 to my 41. So I'm 77 minutes in now to this. Okay. All right.
And then you finish it off with 16, 16, 16.
Another 16, 16, 16. 16 plus
so you go 4, 8.
16 equals. I got 125 minutes into this. We're talking 2 hours and 5 minutes into this jack off session. Are you fucking with me?
I do it twice a week.
Okay. So you spend 2 hours jacking off.
No, it's not jacking off. I never complete.
Wait, there's got to be a payoff on it.
No, you're building up your refraction period. You're also, building up your staying power. And
yeah, but eventually all that buildup's got to come to an end. It's got to come to a halt. It's got to come to a completion. It's got to come to a party. You got to finish.
Do you really, though? I mean, this is how you work yourself up to the real deal Holyfield on the whole deal. So
the real deal Don O'Neill?
Yes.
You're on the dirt track, the high side tickler?
Oh, I'm definitely tickling some stuff. But I have seen, I'm not talking about, I've gained probably almost an inch on erection length. Okay.
With me.
No.
I believe you on the regiment. I don't believe that you gained an inch off the regiment. There's no fucking. Men cannot do anything to add length.
You got to keep doing it. You have to keep doing it. But where you see the big results is where you are laying flaccid.
All right.
Because we've talked about this, the white boy pissing in between the toilet seat and the lid because your dick is so shriveled up. You're pissing in between the seat and the toilet.
Yes, personal experiences. I'm dancing with you now.
Okay, so I don't have that problem anymore because my penis is actually below the top of the toilet now when I go pee in the middle of the night.
Yeah, well, if I go pee in the middle of the night, it ends up on the back of my calves and on my heels and everywhere else because I went between the toilet bumper and the toilet seat.
I will buy you one. I'm not going to let you use mine.
Pat,
would you, if I
don't want one bought for me. I don't want you wasting money. I've heard you already spent $50-something on
No,
mugs.
I didn't. I would feel
more comfortable using yours.
No, shut
Just
the
as
fuck
one-time
up.
use, dude. I swear on my mother's life, I would rather use yours one time than you fucking spend money on this for me. That's how much I do not want you spending a single fucking dollar on this for me. That I will go use your Pat. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was gonna have it cleaned and thoroughly detailed. Like maybe call him like a detail guy to see if he'll come clean your deal for me. But I would even use your sloppy seconds. I wouldn't mind.
I do. It is dishwasher safe.
while you're doing your 8 minutes of downtime, I'll strap up. And then we'll just swap back and forth, we can cut, instead of making this a 4-hour process, we'll keep it down to our 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Or we can
So
alternate. When I'm resting.
So instead of each person taking 2 hours, we'll both get it done within 2 hours. It's just we're alternating time slots and machines. I don't have an issue with it. I really don't. I know you think I'm being joking right now, but I swear to God, if you brought me over a penis pump next week, I'll use it. I would prefer for it to be clean, but it doesn't have to be. I'm gonna be honest with you. It doesn't have to be.
You do know that Bubba and them are gonna play this that you're saying you would use.
I don't care. I'm not gonna provide them this clip, but if it gets provided to them, so be it. So this weekend this week's obviously we had the Trump assassination, and people are selling their parking passes for $385, which is absurd. And while that's happening, Patrick is in his room doing his jack-off ritual. And while all of this is going on, Copa America is happening. For those that don't know, Copa America is a big soccer tournament. It is like the end-all be-all here. And Colombia was playing versus Argentina. And this was being held at Hard Rock Stadium down in Miami. And these fucking fans, and I put it on my Twitter over the past couple of days, they have completely broke out and decided to just break in the place. This video is of them storming in, just literally storming through the guard gates. Police are trying to hold them back, and they're getting some people, but they're not getting everybody.
Oh my God!
They're also crawling in the air vents, by the way, too.
Yeah, so then I have that too. So that was part one. I posted a part 2 here. And these people are, I'm seeing mainly Columbia jerseys. In fact, I don't see any blue and white yet.
Nope.
I see all Columbia jerseys, and they are fucking running. I mean, there's got to be 50, 60, 70. There's got to be 100 plus people right now. And the cop comes and tackles one. One of the 100, two. Two of the 100 people that have barricaded their way through have been tackled. And the most creative way, I got to give it up to them. This is the final way. And it is the most creative way. I will have to say that. They are crawling through the air vents somehow to get into the stadium.
Other news we're following tonight, unruly fans at the Copa America final in Miami, causing the game to be delayed by almost half an hour. The Hard Rock Stadium said thousands without tickets were trying to get in. Some fans tried to break through the railings. Others started climbing over fences.
No, not tried, bitch. They did it.
Trying to get in. More than 65,000 fans were expected for this sold-out event. The matches between Argentina and Colombia, Associated Press reporters at the stadium also reported seeing people receiving medical treatment and asking for water in the sweltering South Florida heat.
And then the last one here, video of them coming through the air vent. Here it is.
What is going on here? What is going on here? People are getting into the Copa America through the ventilation system. What is going on?
And
here?
I mean, there's probably 30 people here in this shot that I can see all in line to go get in this way.
Okay.
Like they're going into like the commercial air ducting system. It's exactly what they're doing. And it did. The news story talked about how it caused this big delay and the game didn't start on time and blah, blah, blah. And it did. I was looking forward to watching my Fox 13, which for those that don't know, that's a local Fox affiliate here in Tampa, Florida, as I watch it almost every night. And you know how long their newscast was, Pat, on that night?
Probably like 5 minutes.
4 minutes. Literally, Lloyd Sowers comes on, talks about thank you for staying up late with us, blah, 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 and goodbye. And boom, no meteorologist, no stories, nothing. It was a 4-minute newscast. It's the shortest I've ever seen. In fact, I tweeted at him, but I didn't respond.
What would have been your plan of attack? Okay, so you get in to Hard Rock Stadium down in Miami, which is a great stadium. They just renovated everything. You're hosting this big event. You're climbing in through the air vents. So where are those air vents taking you to? I would think that it would be in some of the back rooms. Okay, so you climb through the air vents. You get out. Say you end up in the kitchen, and then like you make your way to the stadium. You don't have a seat, and a lot of these people were just sitting in the aisle.
Yeah, they were getting kicked out. The security was going through there and finding people, literally checking tickets once they were already in their seat, because typically you get your ticket scanned when you go through the gate that they, bombarded through. So since they didn't get a ticket check there, can't speak, my heavy tongue. They were checking tickets. Security was going up and down rows, checking tickets. Now, granted, they're not going to get everybody. Of course, people are going to get by, and a lot of people aren't going to sit. They're like, if I was one of those Colombians, one of those people that snuck in, I would find my way to a busy section and kind of just stand and watch the game.
Yeah, or, just like if you see them coming, just start walking up the steps like you're going to get like a drink or something. I mean, there's got to be
exactly what I would do. Oh, shout out! That reminds me. Colton's cheapskate hat of the week. I'll just give it to you. I'm not going to actually set aside a slotted time for this, but if something pops up in my mind, like something just did, I'm going to give it to you. Colton's cheapskate hack of the week. Here it is. When you go to Raymond James Stadium, that is where the Buccaneers play here in Tampa Bay. You can go to guest services as soon as you come up the ramp. Go to guest services, one on each side of the stadium, the north end and the south end. Tell them you are the designated driver, and they will give you a coupon for a free fountain drink and or water.
I have taken advantage of this. I went to the Bucks versus the Dolphins with Ciroc. And you had told me this is when I was sober and everything, or when I, started becoming sober.
Yep.
That you were like, dude, just go down, tell them you're the DD. They're going to give you free drinks.
They do.
And it does work.
It works every time. You just sign your name. What you're doing to them on their side of it. On our side of it, we're walking up there and telling them we're the DD and getting a free pass, right? Now, what are they doing on their end? On their end, you're writing down your name and you're taking the pledge to stay sober. That's what you're doing for that day, technically, is what. That's how they get around it. And of course, they have some big corporate sponsor, probably Pepsi, that sponsors, that pledge, if you will.
What would happen if you went and got the soda and you pulled out a flask out of your pocket and started mixing it?
They wouldn't know that they wouldn't know, and nobody would care. Like, let's be real. The guy that's working the concession stand giving you your free soda could care less.
He's not going to rat you.
Yeah, he could care less, dude. Fucking get out of my line so the next person can get up here, please. And don't spill your drink on me. Thank you. So this week, like we said, it's been extremely busy. It was media day for the SEC. SEC media day. College football, we're talking. And somebody showed up and they got denied access. It's probably not who you think it is.
Oh, boy.
So I'll just play it.
Different. I've never worn a credential in my life and was always for 17 years able to get into SEC Media Day without a credential.
That there is the ex-coach of Alabama football, Nick Saban. Nick Saban was denied access originally into the SEC Media Days. Now, yes, he was supposed to be there. It's just he felt as if he was above the credential pass, didn't need it. So I believe he says he left it at his hotel. Hold on, I'll play it in full.
It's a little different. I've never worn a credential in my life and was always for 17 years able to get into SEC Media Day without a credential. I had to go back to the room today and get my credential to get in. So that's one of the biggest changes I see. It's not like it used to be.
Well, I mean, rightfully so. You're no longer part of the team or representing the SEC. You are now part of the media, so you need to have a media credential. I mean, right?
No, you know what? I would have done? I know he probably didn't have them on him, but I would have went back and got my 7 national championship rings and wore those.
I don't give a
I love a great deal just as much as the next guy, but I'm not going to crawl through a bed of hot coals or go out of my way just to save a few bucks. And if I am, man, it's got to be easy. No hoops, no BS. So when Mint Mobile says it's easy to get wireless for $15 a month with the purchase of a 3-month plan, I'm going to call them out on it. Turns out, it's really that easy. It's that easy to get wireless for $15 a month. The longest part of the process was the time I spent on hold waiting to break up with my old provider. That's a nightmare. Wish everything was as easy as Mint. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk-to-text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your old phone number with you, along with all of your existing contacts. To get this new customer offer with your 3-month premium wireless plan for only $15 a month, you must Just go to mintmobile.com/Bubba. That's mintmobile.com/BUBBA. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Bubba. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower on 40 gigabytes on unlimited plans. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
Fuck if you got 25 of the fucking rings. If you don't have credentials to be here today, you are not coming in. That's just that.
I hate Nick Saban more than anybody, but it's Nick Saban. Come on, man. SEC media.
Listen to me, Pat Loner. I'm not saying that he can't go straight up to the front desk and get proper credentials. What I'm saying is, as far as trying to get in this entrance here and the lady or the security guard that's checking credentials, if you don't have them, you're not coming in. I don't care who you are. Now, you can go to guest services. You can go to the front desk and get your credentials if you do not have some, or if you forgot them like you did, you can go back to your room and get them from there. But if you do not have your credentials, you're not just getting in on face value. That's not what we're doing here.
If I was Nick Saban, I would have gotten that bitch fired.
Fuck you. Get me fired for what? I'm doing my job. You don't have credentials to be here. You're not coming in, sir. If you say you have credentials in your room, go get them.
Okay. I could see if he was going to a Big Ten conference media day or ACC media day, but it's a goddamn motherfucking SEC. That is Nick Saban.
Care. Doesn't matter, dude. You gotta have your credentials to get in places. That's like special treatment so fucking far, and I hate it.
Do you
I'm just trolling.
Do you think if Ronaldo was going to go to a Manchester United match or a Real Madrid match, do you think Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi would need credentials to get into?
Okay, so let's say Messi was hurt, right? And he's not on the team, but he wants to go watch Argentina play.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You need a ticket or a credential to get into that stadium. Just because you're Messi does not mean you're just going to walk willy-nilly in here like these Colombians did on Copa America through a fucking AC vent. I'm sorry. If you don't have credentials or ticket or whatever, proper paperwork, if you will, to be in here, you're not getting in.
Bitch.
I don't care who you are.
I just won the World Cup.
Congrats. I get paid $15 an hour to work this gate, and you don't got a fucking credential. So you're not getting in. That's how I look at it.
But would you agree that there are some people that are on a different level that don't deserve credentials?
Sure. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Loner, Mr. Pat, Mr. Tuttle Fowler over there, Mr. HR Pat from BJE, which, by the way, anybody that needs any staffing services, holler at Tuttle or I. We do that. BJE services, professional services. Thank you. But Pat, I don't care who you are. Like, Messi could just go walk up to the front office then and get his pass or his ticket. You're not going to get in through gate C. You know, sorry, I work gate C and you don't got a ticket. You're not getting in. That's just me. But I could be being a Karen, much like this man here. The next story I'm going to play, kid on mini bike battles a neighborhood male Karen. So this male Karen is mad that this kid is riding a mini bike through his neighborhood. Here it is.
Ride that motorcycle in that park one more time and I'm calling the police on you.
And he looks like he's in typical suburbia neighborhood. I can't really tell, yet as to where it might be. But it's just, typical suburbia looking neighborhood, 2-story home, nice modern looking home built, from 2000 and on.
Understand me? This is where kids play. This is not a track for motorcycles.
Kids are at school.
They're not. I just picked mine up. And this is not a place where you ride goddamn motorcycles. It's a park.
You
do it again, I'm calling the cops. You understand?
So the kid that's recording this, it looks to me like he's got like maybe a GoPro on his helmet. And so he's talking with the guy. The guy got his fucking finger. I mean, this guy has got his white New Balances on, his cargo shorts, black T-shirt,
high socks
underneath this stuff. No, he's got regular ankle socks, but he does have the cop Oakley's going, and he's got that fucking finger going right there in the kid's face. You understand? This is a park. All right, this is where the kid fucks up. As the guy's about to start walking away, the kid gives him the na 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 na. Like, when you clap your hand, not clap your hands, but like you're doing like a Muppet talk, like do 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 do, using your thumb and your 4 upper fingers, like blah blah blah. That's what the kid did to him.
Now I'm calling the cops.
I'm so scared.
How about I just kick your ass?
Oh,
Then you'd get charged with assault of a minor.
smart kid.
Oh,
Your
okay.
right to motorcycle on this morphine game, and you're gonna go to jail.
Says who?
I swear to God,
if
this
they
is you.
don't like me?
This is you as a kid.
Oh, dude. I am. That was not me as a kid. I mean, I probably had this.
You would have been
before,
worse.
yes.
You would have been worse.
I don't stop, dude. It's not good. I don't stop. Like if some male Karen's out there pointing his fucking finger at me, like I just keep going.
What kind of bike is this?
He's just got like a little 125, probably Yamaha. I see Yamaha blue. It's hard to see it, but it's definitely Yamaha blue.
You come back over here again, and I'm calling the cops.
I live over here.
I don't give a fuck. You don't ride the goddamn motorcycle in the park.
And he's doing it again. Nah.
Go.
The guy just get tired of it. Go. The kid's doing it again. Nah.
Oh, God. What
Yeah,
is
he's on a
that?
little Yamaha.
Thanks for like 50,000 views on TikTok.
That's what I got a problem with.
You don't ride the motorcycle in the park when kids play. You motorcycle in the park.
I know,
So why are you riding your motorcycle on the grass?
because it's fun.
You're not.
Okay. I thought you were calling the cops already.
You little shit.
No. What?
So that's that. What I have an issue with is obviously this kid's a fucking TikTok kid, much like most kids are. And he's like, thanks for the 50,000 views on TikTok. It's like, I don't give a shit, you little kid.
Was he okay? Was he on public street? Like, was he on the guy's property at all?
So he's not on the guy's property.
Okay.
He's on the street. Think about a neighborhood much like mine.
Mhm.
Like a typical suburban neighborhood. The homes are probably on like, about a quarter to a third of an acre. Yeah, and the kid is in the street, and the guy backed his car into, his driveway, and the guy came out and started giving him hell right away.
Have any of the neighbor, because come on, I know you've had a lot of dirt bikes. You had ramps up in the front of your house on the street.
I've had an encounter like this.
You have?
Yes. But the guy was completely in the right. So I kind of just, once again, honestly, Patty pulled a fucking gun. I was
Wow.
riding in the back of the neighborhood, 2 neighborhoods over. Granted, it was his property, so I completely fucking get it. And this was when I was a child. I was probably like 12 years old. And we're riding, and dude told us not to ride there. So we found a different way in, and we're still riding there. And one day he's out there fucking pointing a gun at us, telling us to pull over and stop. And guess what? That's the last time I went over there.
Did Mr. Colton? I mean, Mr. Colton couldn't have been happy with a gun being
I
pulled.
don't think he knows until this second when he hears this podcast. I don't think he's ever been told about the gun being drawn on us. And yeah, we'll probably keep it that way. So, but yeah, that's the kid versus the male Karen. I would say, who do you think takes the win there, the kid or the male Karen?
I think the kid. I mean,
I think so too.
if you're letting a kid get under your skin like that, and you just got to know if he's got a camera on his helmet, he's gonna try to instigate you and push your buttons.
And you heard him. He was like, "Well, that'd be assault on a minor." It's like the kid knows
he knew.
he can fucking push this guy's buttons, and he's gonna get 2 things. He's gonna either get the guy to fucking commit some type of
Felony.
what am I looking for? Yeah, or whatever crime on him, or he's gonna get the views. What she said. Thanks for 50,000 views on TikTok. That's where I was like, oh fuck, I got a problem with that. Another video here. A woman was arrested. I believe this is New York City. She was arrested, and she pulled the unthinkable while being arrested.
Hell no, they trying to get my baby arms like that and all that. Don't worry, you be home tomorrow, man. That shit ain't about nothing.
What?
So this woman, Pat, I'm normally pretty good at translating, but I can't translate this one. But this woman has what appears to be almost like a little nightgown, like almost if a hot chick wore it, like it would be kind of sexy, like a nightgown type of look. But she's not really hot. She looks more like crackish, and she has no shoes on. She does have her handcuffed behind her back, and she's handcuffed ankle to ankle on her feet.
Free money,
Shoeless, by the way. Forgot that part.
I'm already backed up, bro. I'm not nowhere near them. Don't be up on the wagon like this. Give some space. It's always your bitch.
Oh, this is Baltimore. Baltimore police.
I hate y'all. Thank you.
I hate y'all. You heard the cop? Thank you.
Where you go, bitch ass? I hate y'all. Thank you. The faggy ass up. Where you, Maggie?
Uh-oh. So now the guy is panned back over to the suspect, and she is starting to hunch over a little bit, looking like she might throw up. Maybe.
Get him, man. Yeah, get him, man. Yeah.
Oh, and she changes her mind. She does not throw up. She drops a deuce out the back end.
I was about to
Bro,
say.
she shit damn near on this cop's foot.
My baby shitting all that. Oh my God.
No, she did not take no shit.
Oh, he done shitting on this cop's shoe.
Oh my God, got on the camera. Oh my God. Ah!
Oh boy.
She doing shit.
That's really it. I swear there's probably about 20 officers out there.
Hard turd or explosive?
No, dude. It looked like the poop emoji. It looked like the poop emoji. It came down and fucking had a little chocolate swizzle to the top with little on the little tip end. You know what I mean?
Like when you go to the
little
buffet
tip on the end.
and you go to
Oh,
the,
dude, she fucking pinched it off well. I got to give it to her. It's a great pinch off.
probably
I mean,
no wipe needed.
no wipe needed. I mean, when I saw that land on the floor, I'm telling you, the pinch off was a 9 out of 10. All day long, that pinch was a 9 out of 10. Good for her.
And there's nothing.
Also this week, what's up?
There's nothing better than a good pinch off where like
A wipe.
Yeah, you wipe and you get the ghost wipe, because I got to tell you, there's nothing worse than a dump where you just wipe, and you just like, you give up and you just hop in the shower.
Yeah, I've had one of those a couple weeks ago where it's just like, you know what? I'm done. I will say, I'm proud to say, I pride myself on saying I've never, ever, ever in my life did a waffle stomp. Have you done a waffle stomp?
What the fuck is that? What is a waffle stomp?
Where you do it in the shower and you squish it down the grate.
No.
Waffle stomp.
No.
Have you ever done a waffle stomp?
No.
That's a good man. Neither have I.
I'm a heathen, but I've never done a waffle.
You ever waffle stomped it?
No.
But you flushed some kids down the drain before, right?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I have.
Speaking of poop, you sent me a story,
and
I'm really not familiar with it at all. So would you like me to play it first, or do you want to set us up?
I can set it up. So the Paris Olympics are less than 10 days.
Yeah, I've been seeing Channel 8's been doing it since, like, 100-day countdown, which it's finally getting there.
And the amount of money that NBC pays, because they've had the Olympics, hell, since I was a kid in the early 80s. And so they pay billions and billions of dollars for this. And they usually
NBC Universal owns the U.S. media rights to the Olympic Games through 2032.
Yeah, it's
and it says here in 2011, NBC agreed to pay $4.38 billion to broadcast the games through 2020, and then an additional $7.75 billion to go through 2032.
Yeah, it's crazy money.
Okay.
But they usually have the opening ceremonies in the Olympic Stadium. You've been to Atlanta before, right? You know where the Braves used to play at was the Olympic Stadium when Olympics were in Atlanta in 96.
Now, what year was that? Okay.
96.
Okay, so I was 2.
So what they did, see, that's the other big thing about Olympics. Everybody thinks it's great for the city, but if you go and you look abandoned Olympic venues,
yeah, it's a big thing.
Yeah, they just sit abandoned all the time. So instead of having everybody march into the Olympic Stadium, they are doing the Olympic introductions down like the main river in France. It's kind of like the Thames in London. All these rivers and these big cities in Europe, they are just polluted beyond all recognition. So
with shit.
Yeah, just shit.
Like human shit, or like trash shit, or like just like polluted with everything.
Everything, fucking dead bodies, just like everything you could imagine. Okay. And they've been spending like millions and millions of dollars to clean up this river in Paris because they're doing the Olympic opening ceremonies. They're all going to be on boats, but during the triathlon and the Olympics, the triathletes are going, because triathlons are running, biking, and swimming, not in that order. You do swimming, biking, then running. These athletes are going to have to do the swimming part down this goddamn river that is basically polluted with just every type of pollutants you could think of.
So is that what's going on now then?
Yes. And now with all the money that they have spent to clean it up out of protest, the French citizens in Paris are shitting in the river now. They're shitting in the river out of protest for all the money that they've spent to clean it up. And I'm like, well, I mean, aren't they cleaning it up either way? So why are you shitting in the river out of protest?
It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense at all. So that's the story I'm playing now.
Yes.
Thousands of sports fans will soon pack out these stands to watch the world's best athletes go head-to-head in the 2024.
Something about that accent so hot,
Head-to-head. Would you like me to give you some head, Colton?
It's just something about it. Like, as long as they don't have that bucktooth look, and like if I can just hear it and not see them, they sound so fucking hot.
This is
Or
from
Olympic
New
Games.
Zealand, by the way, this news report. That's a New Zealand accent.
Okay. Once again, still hot as fuck.
And with the global event just weeks away, it's crunch time for host city Paris. As part of the preparations, several young athletes have been called on to test the facilities for the various athletics events at Stade de France. While most things seem to be in order, the quality of the water of the River Seine remains the main element of concern for organisers. The river is set to host the triathlon and open water swimming events during the Paris Games, as well as the opening ceremony. And despite the French government spending over €1 billion in cleanup efforts, pollution levels are still too high. Heavy rainfall hasn't helped, but nor have upset locals who have threatened to poo in the river to keep bacteria levels high in protest of the amount spent cleaning up the water. President Emmanuel Macron has promised to swim in the Seine before the Games, has not yet said when.
Ooh,
The president was like, oh, yeah, this river's good. I'm going to swim in it. And we're less than 10 days away. And President Macron hasn't swam in it. Well, I don't know if he's still the president. I think he just got voted out. But he's threatening to swim in it. And I'm like, well, if I just got voted out, I'm not swimming in that fucking shitty water.
I'm not going. If you just voted me out, bitch, once again, resort back to my conversation about not having proper credentials or paperwork. I got voted out, bitch. I ain't got to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking represent y'all. I'm not affiliated with y'all no more. Fuck y'all. I'm not doing nothing, dude.
Okay.
Nothing. You just voted me out, and now you want me to go do something for you? Fuck you. I'm not doing it.
I would say since I was in middle school, me and my dad, we always, every 4 years, we would watch the Olympics for one sport and one sport only. And it was because of women and what they had to wear during the competition. What do you think me and my dad watched every single year?
Like, I'm thinking, as if it's women with looks, to me, it's either it goes volleyball or it goes gym.
Beach volleyball.
Yeah, for sure.
And
there's no denying it. There's no combating it. You are correct. Whether you're me, Patrick Fowler, or Scout and Big Up, you like women's volleyball.
And usually Brazil has a really good beach volleyball team. And I'm just saying, the asses and some of the outfits, oh my God.
I believe it. I 100% believe it. And then final story for today is going to be, we're in the All-Star break this week. No baseball going on except for All-Star related stuff.
Rays can't
last
lose.
night or this week, one day this week, depending on when you're going to hear this, was the Home Run Derby contest. So that was a thing. But within the home run derby, of course, they start with sorry, I lost my train of thought.
A national anthem.
Oh, it's national anthem. And it was terrible, just to be quite honest with you. It was 100% just absolutely terrible. So I'm going to play that here now. This was a national anthem from the home run derby contest just here a couple days
Have
ago.
you heard this yet?
Briefly.
Pipes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streamed.
Who is this, first off?
I don't even
Who
know.
this is? Okay.
I sent you the story. It's bad.
Yeah.
And the rockets red glare.
Oh, boy.
The bombs bursting in air.
I got breaking news on this.
Yeah, she went into direct.
Seriously, like no bullshit.
Okay.
Hold please. I got breaking news on this. This lady's name is Ingrid Andress. And she says she was drunk and she's going to rehab after the national anthem MLB deal.
That sounds like pills to me.
That is a mixture of both of what it sounds like to me. It says here, Andress, who is what her name is, Ingrid Andress, a 32-year-old country singer who sings Wishful Drinking in More Hearts Than Mine, charted on the Billboard 100. So, boom, 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 boom. That was not me last night. I apologize.
Oh, it was you.
I'm not gonna bullshit y'all. I was drunk last night, she wrote on social media. I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help I need. That was just not me last night, she says. I apologize to the MLB, all the fans, and this country I love so much for that rendition. I'll let y'all know how rehab is as I hear it's super fun.
She could have came up with a better excuse. Because have you ever been down on the field next to somebody that is talking on a microphone? Because when the Monsters, when I was at Real Radio, they would either sing the national anthem and I would have to stand next to like Bubba Whoop-Ass Wilson or the Sexy Savannah singing it. And the delay fucks you up so badly.
Oh, I'm sure. Like the delay of the, like once it processes through the microphone and gets to the PA speakers and actually plays for the arena to hear.
Yeah, because a lot of people will wear earplugs when they're singing, which
that makes sense.
Kind of sounds weird, but when you hear yourself on a like 2-second delay, you start talking slower and you sound a little
up. Yeah. I could see that. I could 100% see that. So that was Ingrid Andress, right?
Yeah.
Which was the terrible national anthem for the home run derby that just happened this past week. A lot of people are comparing her to Fergie's national anthem.
Fergie was bad.
I was not familiar with, and still not. So I'm going to play that now. So this is Fergie singing the national anthem at the NBA All-Star Game. This was not what just happened. This is Fergie singing the NBA All-Star Game. This was published about 6 years ago. I gotta say, I'm looking at Fergie right now.
It's hot.
Whoa. I did not know she looked like this. Okay.
What's so proud?
This isn't that bad to me.
Do you want to know why?
Hold on. I spoke too soon. Does this not feel very like Christmas, like caroling type of feel?
Well, no, she's trying to sound jazzy like that chick, Amy Winehouse, that did, I don't want to go to rehab. That one, she's trying to sound like a jazz singer.
It's not that bad to me. It's just there's like certain notes. It feels like she's terrible.
Do you feel with the national anthem you should just sing it straightforward and not add a bunch of... This is gonna sound real.
Don't make it your own. I agree. No. You're right. Don't make it your own. So this is Fergie in the NBA, right? It's pretty bad. Too.
gets reckless, the bombs bursting.
I don't know why. This feels very Hallmark
Yeah, it
Christmas
does.
movie like to me, you know? I don't.
My
You also sent me another one. There's one more you sent me. What was that?
Yeah, Carl Lewis, which is one of my favorites, or
I'll pull that
worse.
up. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
But I know this is going to sound really bad. Okay, so my dad grew up in the South. So I'm preferencing it with that, okay? My dad, changed a lot the older I got and the older he got, But, like living in the South.
Like girl, that's a good man to be able to change with the times.
Okay, but, like you're indoctrined as a Southern person to certain views, correct?
Yeah, like, a lot of times people like that, they're not really a fan of haters. You know what I mean? Sorry, I throw you off there.
No, but
It's my boy Jack Daughtry. He just says haters. Okay, so your dad what?
My dad would say, I hope, if it was a minority singing the national anthem back in the day, and this is not, stop it, Colton.
Sorry.
My dad would be like,
What's wrong with hater, by the way? Let's make that very clear that he said hater. He came out and said he said hater, right? He said, I said hater. He said, it's hater, okay?
I'm not saying this was my dad. This is when I'm at early teens would say, I hope he doesn't black it up.
Whoa, okay.
I'm not like, I mean,
that's what you're getting from me.
He changed his ways back in the day, okay? I mean, he's a changed man.
It's once again, full circle, being able to change with the times. I would agree with, I don't agree with what he said. I'm saying, I get what he said for the time. I agree with him in changing with the times. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Before I get too deep into this. And I do have this Carl Lewis pull up. This is the last thing. So what is this, Pat?
Okay, so Carl Lewis, the Olympic sprinter in full circle.
Now is he a...
Yeah.
Oh, wrong button. I screwed the pooch. I was going to see if he was a hater.
It made him funny.
He's a hater?
So he's singing at a NBA. He's singing the national anthem at an NBA game. And like mid-sentence, he stops and... I'll just listen to it. It might be like 30 seconds in where he loses it.
All right, let's play it. And do you know where he was when he was singing this?
Philadelphia.
Like what it was for? Okay. For anything in particular or just like a regular game or
NBA.
something? NBA game in Philly. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what year?
93.
90s? Okay. All right, here we go. Carl Lewis.
What so proudly we had.
It gets bad.
At the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the rampart we watch with so gallantly streaming, and the rockets that fast.
Whoa.
Wait, back that up. Back that up. Back that up. He says, uh-oh, and says, just listen. He says, uh-oh, when he fucks up.
Yeah. That's Carl Lewis saying, uh-oh.
Oh, yes.
Wait, Tuttle and I will not talk. Here it is.
Uh-oh. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of a fuck up, right?
Listen.
Uh-oh. Oh, sorry.
Just play a little bit more.
Oh.
Oh, he.
And the rockets, that flag. Uh-oh.
Just a little bit.
The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. I'll make make up for it now.
Right there.
What the fuck's going on here?
All right, you can stop it. I just wanted you to play that part where he says, I'll make up for it now.
I'll make up for it here. And finally, before we go, I'm going to hit a couple voicemails, a couple text messages. If you want to get a hold of us at any point, please save this number in your phone. And at any point during the podcast, it's not live. You are able to pause it. So pause it and shoot us a text message or leave us a voicemail, 813-906-8806. Once again, you can pause it, leave us a voicemail, shoot us a text, something. But that's 813-906-8806. Starting from the 843. I don't know if you get pictures of this particular phone. Oh, that's the last one. Tuttle, just saw you on the Bubba Let's Fun show today. You look good, bro. You're both doing great, both you and Colton. Love the podcast, man. I appreciate y'all's content. Take care. It's Chris out of Charleston. Thank you, Chris from Charleston. I appreciate you. And we love Charleston, so appreciate you. Mike for the 941 says, Colton, thanks for the drops on your hacks. Keep sending. I would like to hear more of HR Pat's deep, dark stunts that even you were not aware of. I listen every week and thank you both. Well, Mike, from the 941, you'll hear today, I talked about the Colton's cheap hat skate of the week was to go to the Raymond James Stadium when you're there for a Bucks game. Be sure to go. It's not hard to find. Go to guest services on the north or the south end. If you're like me, you go to both and you sign up with one email on one and another email on the other. And then you can go ahead and get your fountain drink and or your water. So yeah, Mike, that's what you got to do there. Another one from the 843, Tuttle, just an FYI, Toby Keith was doing American songs way before that one. But you're probably the one that thinks Born in the USA is the best American song ever. It's really anti-American. Look at the lyrics.
I know that for a fact, and I also know that the guy that wrote "God Bless the USA" kind of friggin' hates that song. So
that's our boy Big E 7375. What up, Big E? Good to see you. And Patrick, you remember Big E? He was at the Tampa Tarpons game, and he was one of the guys that came back to the Hyatt House with us.
Oh yeah.
And Big E is big, so I think you know who I'm talking about when I say Big E.
Big E
from Volusia holler at us, and he says, "Great fucking show. I'm so glad that you gave me a chance to hang out with y'all. If you would have been in town, but it'll end up happening." Ooh, excuse me. That's that Coca-Cola. Vic. When we're over there or when I'm over on that side of the state, we will plan something with myself, the loner, a.k.a. Tuttle, and you. Two more. I'll hit two more text messages real quick. From the 843, listening to the Kids Fishing Pole podcast. Wait, what? Listening to the Kids Fishing Pole podcast. Okay. Love the podcast, by the way. Charleston listener, I'm 41, and I have always and will always be a very big believer of respect your elders who respect you.
Oh, this is from the voicemail.
How old they are unless there's disabilities involved. What was that?
This is about the story from last week. It kind of relates to the story we played earlier about the old man breaking the kid's fishing pole.
Yes. I'm sorry. I thought listening to the Kids Fishing Pole podcast. Okay. Our podcast talking about the fishing pole story.
Yeah.
And he says that he loves the podcast. He's from Charleston. He's 41. He always and will always believe, a very big believer of respecting your elders. And he couldn't care less of how old these elders are unless there's disabilities involved. But for the type of, quote, elders in that video, absolutely no respect is needed to be given. As soon as you touch my theoretical kid of that age, he would have permission to say whatever he wants. I would double down on the old man once seeing the video. So he's saying that that kid, he was on board with that kid talking shit back to the elder for breaking his pole, and that him as a dad, if that was his kid, him as a dad would be doubling down on the old man when he got on the scene. Thank you from the 843, and thank you, Tuttle, for working that out for me. Let me just hit one more, mine as well. Another one from the 843. We are on fire in Charleston. 1, 2, 3, 6 text messages in the last week out of just Charleston alone.
Well, that's
from the 843. That's awesome, right?
I mean, that's from our time when we went up there to the Honky Tonk Saloon. I think me and you did a pretty good job, interacting with as many of the people, like Air Force Carissa, not your sister.
Nope. Shout out to Air Force Carissa.
Mhm.
Looking good. Put up, Air Force Carissa. I see what you post on Twitter and I see what you post on Instagram. Keep it up. If you want to, never mind.
we actually did meet some people when we kind of stole breakfast at the hotel room that Bubba
Another Colton hack. A lot of breakfasts free at hotels. Yes. Granted, we didn't steal it because we had somebody staying there,
and we
Bubba
were
the
picking
Love
them
Sponge
up.
was staying at the hotel, and we went there to use the Wi-Fi because I was in charge of Bubba Army Radio at the time. B, get free breakfast, and C, wake up the sponge. Of which I don't think we woke him up. We ended up going back to the Honky Tonk Saloon Band House without him. Last one from Bubba Army 77. I understand, Bud, longtime listener, live from the Magical Butter Studios. He remembers that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought maybe you had a grandma recipe. The shows have really been great, and you two working together will bring up great content. Thank you. He's talking about the Magical Butter breakfast bar deal. I mean, I can give you a couple hints and tips, but I actually pulled a recipe just straight from Magical Butter. We do have some voicemails. I'm only going to play one today because it's a long one, and I promised I'd play it when I saw him.
I say we wait. I gotta piss so bad.
Do you?
Yeah.
How bad you got to pee?
I gotta piss so bad.
Fish on Jay.
Yeah.
I love you, brother. I'm gonna mark this as unread, and I'll get back to it next week of your fishing report is what I believe this is. So with that being said, Pat's got to pee. Let me get the fuck up out of here. I love you all. Be sure to donate and subscribe to the Bubba Army. That's what keeps us going. Total love you, buddy. Go pee. I'm hitting the outro. Peace.
All right, bye.
You've been listening to the Loner and Stoner podcast on the Bubba Army Radio Network.